Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Darkness over Dublin. Tonight, our venue is going to be set with the Sabbat of fair Dublin itself. We'll be visiting the Sabbat's Elysium, the amphitheater within the city. Harold B. Folks is making his entrance into the place, noticing that it's rather quiet tonight. He doesn't see any of the ghouls or brothers and sisters that he's met hanging around the outskirts. And as he enters, he can just hear the echoing of his own footsteps. He'll call out, "Well, damn, where did everyone go?"
Uh, Sean will look over and be like, I don't know, it was like this when I got here. Group was about fun. There's no party going on. What's happening?
Harold would look up, well, he'll look over to Sean. "You got me, man. Damn. Hoping to speak to some people. Not that present company is excluded, of course. Say, don't I recognize you from somewhere?"
Ah, oh, if you're into tattoos and piercing, you might recognize me. I'm like the best there is at it. I mean, if you want a tattoo or a piercing, the only problem is with certain conditions, it doesn't seem to stay. Well, unless you're that clan that can make things stay and make. I want to learn that, but I don't know if they'll teach it to me.
Well, I'm sure you just have to ask politely. But piercings, tattoos, I'm an old-fashioned type of folk. But wait a minute, didn't I see you at a club somewhere?
I might have popped up here or there.
Huh.
I'm always looking for new clients.
Yes, I'm an entrepreneur myself. I understand the clientele is one's own herd in a sense. Some people need it for blood, others need it for more practical needs.
I mean, I got people that I can get that from, but I'm looking for people who wanna are looking for the extremes of art, and that is what I'm here to give you.
Harold would approach you so you guys aren't screaming over the distance. I'm guessing like where is Sean situated about? Where is he in the amphitheater?
Um, he's sitting. I would say he's standing over in like a corner.
Okay, so I guess like still near the entrances, looking over the rows of seats and the empty stage. Hmm. The extreme, you say? I know a little thing too about the extreme. So you some type of artiste, I take it.
Yeah, like I say, I do tattoos and piercings. I almost discovered eye piercing, but my subject kind of got away from me.
Eye piercing. Yeah, I think I do recognize you. You're that one that ran up on that boy in the club, didn't you?
Oh, well, look, he was fidgety. He was obviously on something,
Hey, hey, hey.
and
He
I
wasn't my man.
figured
He was not my man. Does not matter to me what you did to him.
he was the worst looking guy in the club. I was trying to help him out, and he would have been the first to bring in the new eye piercing. I think that is going to be a number one hit. I'm a genius at these things.
Well, shit, with what I see kids wearing these days, I don't think that's too far fetched. Wish you the best of luck on that one. But say, you moved pretty fast. I didn't even notice you come up from behind me. You have a predilection for swiftness?
Oh yeah, yeah. Have to be able to move quick because sometimes you got to catch things.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. See, I guess I'm something like an artist as yourself, but I take your combat as my sculpture, my canvas. Making a man bleed is easy, but breaking him down without a wound, now that is extremely exquisite, fine tuned skill.
Mm, that sounds. I knew a lady. She was more into the whole painting and stuff like that. Ab art, if you ask me.
A little too mundane for you.
But but one day, hopefully, I'll catch up with her, and then we can talk at length about our arts and our dislikes and likes.
Yes, every student does want to surpass the master. Am I right?
It's only natural.
Fighting for one's own excellence, whatever battlefield, is the only good fight there is, isn't it? Well, it's the only one that makes the most sense, I think.
Yeah, trust me. Now that I've seen the things that I've seen, I don't think this lady deserves to be around anymore. I think I see why she and hid. Kind of like a mouse.
Oh, she's taking the ground, on the run, on the lam.
Yeah, let's just say she chose the wrong side in the war.
That is most unfortunate, but, well, friends do become enemies sometime. I was a soldier myself once, and it's a funny thing what your orders can be, who your friends can be. Sometimes even your own allies are enemies. But I don't think that you don't seem that your judgment is clouded. Plus, why on earth would anyone endure and suffer such a contemptible sire? If I'm guessing right, that is.
Yeah. Oh,
Hmm?
she did teach me how to make people like me more. I find that great. Every now and then, people out and I just don't even like. I'll just stand in the midst of them, and they seem to be enamored with me. Like they would never want to harm me. I think it must be because of my beauty.
The old wolf in sheep's clothing. Proven tactic. Well, she did do you that much diligence. Now, if you don't mind me asking, how do you plan on coming at her? I mean, she must know that you're still out there, right? And is she aware of this enmity between the two of you?
Oh yeah, I assume she knows I'm here. It would be much easier if she came for me, but you know their kind is too afraid for such things. So I guess I have to come in like a thief in the night.
Hmm. You know, it's funny. I did hear about a certain list of individuals whom are in a present circumstance as your former progenitor. Now, if you're looking for a hand in this matter, I think I'm somewhat of an expert, and I can lend you my expertise. If in turn, maybe you help me out with my quarry, so to speak.
And what's that?
Oh, just another lamb that needs a shepherd, needs to be brought to shed. If you catch my drift.
Well, I can probably do that, but I mean, I'm much more accustomed to people wanting to do things for me just because they like me.
All right.
The first time I've had somebody come up, they want me to do something for them, and in turn, they want to do something for me, and in turn, want me to do something for them. That's strange indeed.
Well, brother, you may as well get used to it. That is the barter and trade of our august sect. Now, if getting people to do things for you is easy, take my advice. Why don't you go out there, all right, and send a couple of mortals my way as a thing that you would be inclined to bestow your favor upon them for in return? Because I imagine when you do go after your sire, you're going to need a little bit of backup, aren't you?
Her, no, no, she's far too weak.
If that's the case, then what you waiting for?
Hides, and I was never good at hide and go seek. I always had my servants find the people, and then they made it easier for me to find to win the game.
Hmm.
Oh, you never win a game by playing it straight up. I've never won a game playing it straight up. No, no, no. You get around those things by having servants.
Hmm. I guess I am just a little bit stuck in the jungle still. You know, when I served back in that great war we called on. Man, that was quite a war. Close up and personal. Well, that was if you had the balls for it. Oh, had to give some respect to the snipers. They have the skill. so impersonal. But no, I see your point. I see your point.
Wait, you actually had to serve in like a military or something like that?
Oh yeah, of course, son. Back when being drafted was a thing. I was a young man once. I'm very much alive.
Look, let me tell you how I dealt with such a problem. So they said it would look good on my resume if I said I was a soldier. So I talked with some people, greased a few palms, and voila, soldier was on my records. And I never had to actually go out there. Could you imagine me actually handbags or having to clean something?
Harold's gonna laugh
No.
for a little bit. He's listening to you, but you seem starting to chuckle.
You see, like, take this piercing needle, for example. He
Hmm.
pulls out like a long piercing needle. Like, I use it to do the piercings, but how it gets clean, I don't know. I usually leave it on the table and somebody comes and cleans it. That's how the world is supposed to work. This whole thing is supposed to work. We're free, which means everybody else works for us. The free man is the one who's always.
Well, that would be the ideal. Though somewhat impractical. I mean, at the moment, can you just reach out and get your sire?
No, I suspect she's hiding somewhere. Maybe a bunker. That is what I want to learn. They said there's guys around here who actually have like talons and stuff that come out of their hands.
I think I'm familiar with what you speak of.
Yeah, if I could do that, then you ever seen like comic books, X-Men? I could be like Wolverine.
I don't know if Harold would know who Wolverine is. That's a good question. Um, well, he nods and gets your point. So, you would like to become a weapon of sorts.
Yeah, but until then I have this. But remember, I don't clean this. Somebody else cleans it.
Hmm.
So that way we meet the whole, back when we had to meet the requirements for clean utensils in order to tattoo somebody or pierce them.
Well,
Now that I'm free, I don't think I have to meet those requirements anymore. I just do what I have to.
well, son is someone who runs a business themselves, so it depends on whether or not you care if the authorities are, if they should find wind of your activities, if you're comfortable with dealing with them. But I mean, you could always have employees do that.
Hmm. Actually, I would more prefer that other gift. That way, even with people of our particular taste, I can give them tattoos
Hmm.
and they would stay. Now those guys, they have a gift. If I can pay somebody for that gift.
Mm, I'm sure someone's going to be in need of money. Don't see why not. I believe there's a bishop.
Wait a
in
minute,
the
can
city.
you move? Are you able to move your skin around?
Me? No. I'm pretty much a normal humanoid.
Wait a minute, then you're not of my caliber or variety then.
Mm, I'm more of the guy that
Do
you.
you drink from somebody? Like, does somebody sponsor you?
Oh, you mean if I'm a ghoul? No, no, no. I'm full blood canine now. It's just I don't have any.
Oh,
Yeah, I just don't have any form to alter at the
oh.
moment. Have you found yourself a pack to call your own yet?
Uh, no, I haven't got to meet many people around here.
Very much the same. Well, hopefully, if night should come, that you and I could partake with other brothers and sisters in the great riots. Perhaps then we could be bonded and maybe establish some further business relationships.
Oh, that would be good.
If you ever need change for, I don't know, patronage, services rendered, I'm pretty handy with equipment, mechanics, and crafting. I suspect that your operations and tattooing might need some mechanical servicing every now and then. Something I learned in the army.
Hmm. Well, you mean to help people, like if they get hurt?
No, no, I mean better tools. You know, more refined to me.
Oh,
Ones that operate at a higher revolution per minute, get deeper into the skin. Piercings that could,
oh, okay.
yeah, mechanical help.
Oh, then I can look you up and give you a call.
Of
And look
course.
around. You know.
Here, why don't you take one of my business cards? And Harold will hand you one of his. It just has a phone number on it, no name.
He'll take it. He's like, oh, I guess you want a tip. $100 bill.
He'll laugh and wave it away. No, no, it's not. Cards for free.
Oh, you really haven't been in this business long, have you?
Business card costs maybe a penny.
Well, don't worry. I like your attitude. You're the type of guy I'll keep around for a while.
Oh, thank you for saying so, son. I wish you the best of huntings for you.
Oh, yeah, by the way,
Mhm.
This guy, either he has the blush of life, he really looks like somebody on the path, I would say.
Who, your guy?
Yeah.
I guess because we skipped rolling, just kind of took things as they are. So you're saying that I'll just take him as he is. So you're saying he has a blush of health, so like he's someone not on a path, or
No, it's more of, so I couldn't find a reason why he should be on a path already. So he has, he's like the normal guy in humanity.
oh, okay, okay. I don't really want to ask your rating, but he looks like you say he has like normal blush of health. All right. Yeah. I mean, what you're going to be getting off of Harold as as eloquently as he speaks, he has like the eyes of a shark.
Mm.
Yeah. He might be friendly, he might sound friendly, but you could tell there's something cold inside those eyes.
Mm.
Um, so, Harold will just ask. I guess basically he'll just ask. I don't know. Did Harold ask even his name? Yeah.
No, Harold hasn't asked him.
Oh, okay. Well, Harold would make proper introductions and say, "Well, you can call me Harold. They call me either Harold or Mister Folks."
He'll pull out a card. He's like, I'm Sean. Most people call me Mr. Mac, especially my employees.
Mister Mac, that's good. You want to be careful out there with the activities that and indulgences that you wish to pursue. If you're going to be a man remaining in business, it never hurts to have someone running your daytime operations and taking care of
Oh
little.
yeah. So I hear in this group we can just grab anybody off the street, tell them to work for us, and they do it, or we kill them.
Well, that can work. That often can be employed, but you must understand one thing, though, that if for some reason your actions endanger the sect, those tend to be very harsh repercussions. So,
Hold on. You're starting to sound like we have rules,
hmm?
and I left rules back with that I knew before all this what masquerade and all that here. Here we do what we want because we are the alpha males.
Son, let me ask you a question. How many of us do you think exist?
Uh, I would say within the city, maybe 1,000 of us, eat.
Okay, let's say there's 1,000 of us, all right? How many human beings do you think there are in this city alone?
Uh, they're kind of like roaches. It might can get up to 1 million.
Okay. Let's say there's a million. Now, granted, both you and I and all of our other kind, at the end of the night, we have to sleep. And it's very hard for us to be awake. And we can't really go anywhere outside of our respective havens, or we'll die in the sun like a slug in the sun. Now, those humans, they get to be up 24 hours a day whenever they damn well please. And granted, they're not as strong as us, and they're not as powerful or as manipulative. But you know what they got? They got the day, and they got plenty of fucking guns. So, if it was you
Look,
asleep,
guns don't bother us.
have you ever seen what a shotgun gauge does to a skull, whether it be of a human or a vampire? They wind up dead typically.
Hmm. Well, we can dodge bullets.
Some of us who are fast enough, which, yes, that's good, but we can also dodge bullets by not having them guns drawn on us. You see, it's not so much a matter of rules, it's a matter of a little bit of common sense and a little bit of, well, not shitting where you sleep. And since the Sabbat, by its good nature, is communal and we share and share alike, someone else's shit eventually fails downstream and people get mad.
Okay, so if we do something a little inappropriate, we kill those people, and dead men don't tell tales.
Essentially,
I mean,
yes.
we
Essentially, yes.
the other guys are afraid to kill. I hear here to kill. If a life needs to be taken, then it has to be taken.
Oh, yes, 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 of course. That's not a problem. Just don't get yourself caught on cameras or on the 10 o'clock news, because then not only do we have to disavow you, we then have to hunt you down and butcher you ourselves. Have those chicken comes back to roost, you hear?
So we clean up our own messes, or some of us pay somebody to clean up our messes.
Exactly. Think of it as any other criminal enterprise.
But we're like Superman.
Well, if I do remember correctly, Superman can go in front of the camera and announce to the world that he's Superman. We unfortunately cannot.
One day I think it's possible that we can fly at some point, and I'm going to try that out.
Well, there have been very strange developments in accordance with the blood and the powers that our kind has wielded. I see no reason why that's not a possibility.
Look, just for shits and giggles, I shot myself in the foot. My foot looks as good as it did before I shot myself in the foot.
That is given the property of our undying, undead nature. A blessing of Cain, I suppose.
Who is?
Who's Cain?
Oh, that's the guy. Some of these people seem to praise or something like that.
Well, yes. Now I'm no priest, and I don't think I'd be delivering you a sermon. But from what I understand, what I've been taught, Cain was the first of us. Cain was, as the name does sound familiar, was the first murderer, the kinslayer. He is that very biblical figure that you've read in Sunday school about. He is the father of us all.
Wait a minute, you're talking about that Cain and Abel story?
Exactly. I mean, you
When
don't.
I reached what 13, my dad said those were all fairy tales. The only thing we had to believe in was money. And because I have lots of it, people believe in me.
Well, let me ask you something. Before you became a vampire, did you believe vampires were real?
No, I was like, because there's no way people can sparkle like that.
Hmm.
It
Well,
wasn't something I was trying to watch. My girlfriend at the time was like, oh, this is a cool movie. But,
no, explain. It's fine. But
you
you see,
know, but they were sparkling. And look, there's no big dogs running around.
uh, yes, that's true. But as you can see, there are other things that go bump in the night, and we had to have come from somewhere. And it is pretty much the gospel of our sect. Understand why. If for no other reason, if you don't want to believe in a fairy tale, understand the idea. Here was Cain, right? And God went and told him, go make me a sacrifice. Him and his brother go make a sacrifice. For some reason, God preferred his brothers over Cain's. Now, whether or not it was because he was angry or because he was following it to the letter, at the end of the day, Cain took his brother's life. Now, think about this much. Now,
Because he was
human,
free to take his brother's life. That's what
well,
this whole thing is about, is freedom, right? And he was free to take his brother's life, so he did it.
God
And
was not
then
going to stop.
God punished him for being free. And we fight against that God every day so we can be free.
You see Harold Shrug. Some might interpret it that way, others might interpret it differently. What we do know is that the powers we have came from God. I mean, think about it like this. So, for killing his brother, right, God basically kicks Cain out the house and allows Cain to go off and get married and have children and raise a city and become a king. And it seems like a strange punishment, doesn't it?
Yes.
As
But then he gave us something as insidious as the sun. You know, one day we should try to fight against the sun. Once there's no sun, then no one can hold us back.
hmm, that is true. Mm. But unfortunately, because we subsist off of, well, the kind, they do need the sun, unlike us. It is spoken of this city that Cain ruled, in where the humans within those lands was under his rule. Now, perhaps one day we can be in front of the cameras and have commercials and interviews on the television. Maybe one day we would get to be like Superman. But that day has yet to come. But that is an idea worth fighting for. Because, like Cain so did he rule openly amongst the humans, and they did know his name.
So, are we free or are we subject to rules?
How do I put this? Well, and the short answer is yes, we are subject to rules, but understand why the rules exist. Are you a betting man? Do you like card games?
Uh, yeah, I bet it once or twice, but eyes they should lose to me, and they usually do.
Fair enough. Now, without rules, there can't be no game, or it's just chaos. We fight in order to preserve our freedom. Do you understand? See, if one of us can go astray and decide, well, I'm gonna fuck this guy over and fuck that guy over and fuck that guy over, then eventually you got everyone fucking each other over. How does that help? How do we remain free then? These rules are more like codes of conduct. Conduct yourself by the code. Guess what? You can hang with us. Just like that.
But you should also never forget that the guy on top gets to make the rules.
Of course, but that's where you need to start changing your thinking. Because for us, the only guy on top is Cain himself.
So speaking of the guy on top, how does one become this bishop or archbishop or
Oh, well,
I don't know, we sound like a bunch of Catholics.
that's a holdover from around the time the spot was formed. I don't know too much about that history, but a lot of Canaanites who were part of the faith just kept it. Although there is a analogy I can describe for you, which might make it easier to understand why they refer to themselves in such titles. Okay. So, as Messiah told me, during the Crusades, right, you had the Pope ask the lords and the kings to go to war in the name of the Christian faith, right? In a way,
Yeah.
each bishop acts like a pope. They understand what the faith requires, they understand what the faith demands. When they ask each and every brother and sister to take up arms for the cause, well, it's like they're asking every individual king and queen and lord and lady and what have you in order to fight in the name of that faith. Essentially, a bishop is only as powerful as either A, how hard he hits, or B, people that support them. We allow ourselves to be led by those who have proven themselves capable. Unlike your progenitor's affiliations, where that right comes down because of age or succession. In a way, you being a fellow American, expatriate as we are right now, you can understand how our system is a little bit more egalitarian.
So let first of all, I should say this. Let's not take it out of context. Nobody is threatening anybody. I want that to be clear.
Go on.
But if one was to take out the guy on top, then he would become the guy on top.
That is possible, yes. However, tactically, if you took the guy out on top, there may be a reprisal by his friends, by his supporters. Now, granted, this guy on top might have enemies. They might look at you and say, well, he just did us a favor. Put the boy with a crown. Maybe there are other people that feel, eh, the guy deserved it if he couldn't defend himself.
Hmm. Now, say he didn't straight up take this guy out. Maybe some people got paid, and because they got paid, they got the idea in their head, oh, us to take the guy out on top. And they take the guy out on top. Now, would it be wrong for that guy who may have spread a little money around up on that pedestal? Should he be blamed or should he be praised?
Well, that's a hard question to answer because if if you arrange this, let's call it what it is, an assassination. If you arrange the assassination, again, it depends on the audience. If the people feel that it was just, you can be praised. If not, you could probably be drawn and quartered. Who knows?
So, in other words, it should be on the same page as the person that might want to do this. And he should kill those who are not on the same page with him.
Exactly. I mean, again, think about it like a criminal organization. Now, if you take out the guy on the top, and the guy on the top is making sure everyone's getting paid, well, if you took him out, if you're not going to be paying them more, you might have just made a lot of enemies.
Hmm. So, in a way, my new life isn't different from the old life I lived.
Not really. I mean, look at me. I fought in Vietnam. Now I'm fighting in Dublin. I killed motherfuckers in Vietnam, and I'll kill motherfuckers in Dublin. The only thing that's changed, my friend, is the battlefield, not the game.
Yes, is money makes the world go round. And you see him kind of have devilish smile on his face.
Money does grease wheels and facilitate many. Everyone has their weapon. Some uses their brain, some use their fists, some uses their wallets. I mean, in my heyday, I've been paid a time or two to take someone out. Easy money.
Hmm. I still do need to work on that eye piercing. I think that's going to become a hit. Perhaps snatch somebody that won't be missed.
Hmm. Yeah, you could always try the poor. Most people have forgotten about.
Hold on, I'm getting a call.
It's all right.
Hello.
Yeah, we're back. Everything good?
Yeah. I might have to get ready to get off though.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
You can wrap it up. All right. So, I guess Harold and Sean will make conversation and reminisce and trade in deals, trade in ideas and strategies. Um, and I guess they'll go on their separate ways before the evening gets too long to attend to whatever business they may have of their own personal purview. So that has been our scene, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching and the players for playing. This was Darkness over Dublin. Still trying to get that right. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a good evening. Goodbye.